You guys have nicknames. I don't have a nickname.
You're just Francisco.
Yeah, but you have DP.
No, but yours, that's a
I'm
joke because it's Francisco with a D. But call me
Yeah.
Francisco without the D.
Hey there, babies. Welcome to the Good Pies podcast. This is Domino P, aka DP, back with it again. I'm gonna let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Yo, 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 DP. This is Dimes, aka Diamonds.
yo. This is Francisco with the D, aka Franny the Manny, aka Franny for short.
Okay, let's start with this. First, how happy are you that the Lakers won, and was it a surprise that the Lakers won?
I'm very happy that the Lakers won, but I'm very disappointed that it took them 6 games. What the fuck?
I will answer the what the fudge question, and I will say that don't be disappointed. Be happy that you got 6 games. That's what I'm thankful for. But I don't think there's much to talk about. I mean, we knew the Lakers were winning, so.
So let's move on. Oh, what do you guys have in your mind? What's something new that you're thinking about?
I think there's something new we're all thinking about.
Yeah, have you guys seen the new Borat movie?
No,
The third one, third Borat.
I love the second one. I've just seen it.
What was it like?
Oh man, where do I even begin? Like, I loved the plotline. I loved the fact that it was 3 hours long. Like, I felt like, it really satisfied me. I've been looking forward to this movie for a long time now, and 3 hours I feel was obviously didn't do it justice, but 3 hours was just enough for me to leave the cinema satisfied.
Give us a brief review of the plot. What happened in the movie?
Let's start talking about how he literally built his business from the ground up. I loved how he started, all the obstacles he faced along the way, like the fact that he lost his job on the first day. Yeah, that was insane. Like, most people would never bounce back from something like that. But no, what did he do? Yeah, go on.
Remind me, Dimes, what is his job again?
So some would call it a stockbroker. He's just an financial guru, if you will. Yeah, that's what he is. That's what he is to me.
And
yeah.
Right, this was the movie, we're talking about the third one, right? Where he time traveled back to the 80s to trade penny stocks.
Yeah, the third movie, the third Borat.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. That's exactly it.
There was also a part where, so he went like on this alien spaceship to this alien planet and made love to this tall, beautiful blue alien, but he against this like general who was trying to extract all the valuable minerals from this alien planet. I thought that was a nice moving part as well of the movie. I appreciated the slight emotional twist that the movie brought within all the other things that were going on. Dime, so going back to Borat 3, right? So
Yeah.
what did you feel once you saw the movie? Like, can just explain your emotions once you left the theater or wherever you saw the movie from?
So yeah, after watching Borat 2, I was so moved that I started my own business the next day. I want to follow, in Borat's footsteps. I feel inspired. I feel very inspired and motivated as well. I mean, if he could do it, why can't I? Why can't you? And why can't you, the listener? But yeah, inspired and motivated. I think these were my 2 biggest takeaways from this cinematic masterpiece.
Francisco, any comments?
Yeah, I just loved how the movie was in 4D, even though it was released on Amazon Prime. I loved it.
They really brought that experience home.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when he introduced his friends, Joey, Monica, Chandler, Ross, and Rachel.
Oh,
And
wow.
there
Yeah, that was a
will
good
they,
part.
Will they, won't they moment between him and Rachel, and then between him and Ross, and then between him and Joey.
And the laugh tracks, like whenever they said like any sort of something that was funny, I appreciated that as well. They thought the viewers were that stupid that didn't recognize the joke, that they had to add a laugh track
Yeah,
behind.
No,
So
exactly.
I like, for someone who's very stupid like me,
Mhm.
I like having your cue when to laugh.
yeah, exactly.
That
Yeah.
was great. Like, English is my 4th language, and honestly, like, sometimes the jokes, like, I didn't even know that was a joke, but then I could hear this laugh track, so I could laugh as well. And I found that funny. And at the same time, given quarantine and all that, I mean, I think it's really helpful that they added the laugh track, because you feel like you're in the cinema, even though I was in the cinema.
I was in the cinema in London and there was no laugh track. There was a cry track.
That's very profound. Thank you for sharing that. When they have cry tracks, I think it's so emotional. It really tugs at my heartstrings.
Mhm.
Like that scene where like the crazy, power hungry like general, like trashes all the alien houses, right? The schools that the humans built to teach English to these Navi people. They should have added a cry track there as well, because being as stupid as I am, I
Mhm.
needed that cue to know it was indeed a sad moment.
Exactly.
for
I was very
Borat.
confused when they added the laugh track at that part where all the children died. Very odd.
Yeah, who's laughing? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't want to get into any hot water here. Maybe for some people they have that type of humor that finds it funny, but
Yeah.
like
That
for
is
Borat,
heartbreaking.
this is like, this is the 6th movie in the Borat franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't make these sort of beginner mistakes.
Yeah. Borat 6 Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Full title.
I'll be honest, without a laugh track right now, I'm confused as to when to laugh or when to cry at what you guys are saying. So, yeah, no, definitely that was an amazing touch. Good, good point. But DP,
right. Sometimes you wish there was a laugh track or a cry track in real life.
wow,
That's a deep point,
wow.
Why was there a 2-hour intermission in between the movie? Right in the middle. I don't understand.
It was for quarantine.
The intermission was 3 months long.
Yeah, you could say. It depends on how you look at it, really, and depends what unit you're using as well. But yeah, it was. To answer both your questions.
No, or do you mean a 2-week quarantine?
So the intermission was a quarantine. Yeah. And then it was 2 hours within 3 months in 2 weeks.
Okay, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Are we using the metric system or the imperial system?
I'm using both. Okay, so let's talk about the brilliance of Sacha Baron Cohen for a bit.
Mhm.
He's made like 8 of these Borat movies.
Sorry, let me
right?
stop you. Sorry. Who's that?
Sacha Baron Cohen played the main character. He fell in love with the Navi people.
Oh,
I think
the Wolf
Franny
of
can
Wall Street.
explain more.
Yeah. Okay.
He was friends with Jonah Hill.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about like the brilliance of Sacha Baron Cohen,
Mhm.
and like how he just transforms in, like all these different characters. He transforms himself into these different characters and incorporates all these different elements of filmmaking into one movie and then an entire franchise. So what do you guys think about him?
I thought he did such a good job at portraying all the emotions, even though he was so young. Like when his mother left, like when his whole family, they took the van and they left to the airport and they left him home alone. Even though he's such a young child, he was still able to portray such a wide range of emotions right at the beginning of the movie as well. Like it just hit you like a ton of bricks.
Imagine being home alone, right? Like when your family is out and it's Christmas time and you're Sacha Baron Cohen,
Exactly.
right? Or you're Borat in the movie at least. What kind of things, did he have to go through? Did he have to pull from in order to act that character out? Like Dimes, can you speak of like what kind of personal kind of things that he had to go through in his mind in order to portray that character of Kevin?
Yeah, so because I don't know his name, yeah, I call him PlayDoh because you can model him like clay, yeah.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Going back to the point where I said he has such a wide range of emotions that he's capable of portraying in such a short period of time, just like with the snap of a finger. As soon as his parents and his whole family leave him, one of the people that he's protecting, they come over and he has to switch from shocked and sad immediately to the mobster mentality that he's always had. And he ages so quickly. He has to deal with protecting one of the many people he's protecting, and he has to make them an offer he can't refuse because Borat's daughter is actually getting married on that same day as his family. His ability to snap into character from being a lost child to a grown mobster at the end of his life is just amazing.
When I read the book that the movie is based on, I think it was called Borat Chronicles 4, 5, and 6 or something. And when that scene came in the book, like the scene and in the book and the scene in the movie played out like perfectly. He interpreted the words beautifully, and it's like exactly what I visualized when I read the book.
Did he not write the books as well?
I believe he was writing the books while he was filming the movies.
Oh, That explains the inception that we may have seen
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
in the movie. That's very interesting.
When after you see the movie, you think, was he just dreaming the whole thing, or was it a dream in a dream?
That's a good
You
point.
don't
But
know.
the
He
question
should've-
is, can you dream in a dream? You think he wrote the book / movie in his dreams? It's just a product of his dreams, or
Do you think we're in his dream right now? Do you think he wrote this podcast and he wrote everything that we've said and we're going to say that and we don't even know? We're just living out in his mind right now.
You know,
Wow.
I just got goosebumps when you said that.
I believe Goosebumps was what he based the movie on.
The book, I love those books as a child. I like picking my own endings. If he did base it on those books, he definitely deserves some sort of like Pulitzer or something like that.
Yeah,
Because those books are a work of art.
I'm disappointed how he's because before he did all these movies, there's a TV series on HBO, and I'm quite disappointed with how the last season ended. I wonder if he'll ever, make a reboot of that or something. I don't know. What do you think about that, Francisco?
I definitely think he should. I think that adding the Borat 10 twist on what you're referring to. So we all know that Game of Thrones was based on animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
think they did justice to the source content, the original content. I just feel like they went in a completely different direction. It was more like Borat than it was like Animorphs, which was quite disappointing. But I can definitely see why people enjoyed it.
Yeah,
don't know what
I
you guys-
definitely think that Sacha Baron Cohen, like some of his work, like, flow into each other, which can be a good or a bad thing. I think Borat kind of overflowed into Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones overflowed into Borat.
Mhm.
Hmm,
But I actually disagree. I think it worked for Game of Thrones.
okay.
I think having the Borat influence really bolstered, especially the last episode. Like, I know people don't like the last episode of the last season, but I think having that Borat influence really like bolstered that. That's just my opinion.
No, I'll respectfully disagree with that one, and I'm on Francisco's side on this one. It was disappointing to say the least. But one of the upsides I would say was the amount of screen time LeBron James had in the latest Borat movie. I found that both visually pleasing and very, very funny as well. Like, you wouldn't expect, I mean, to be fair, I would expect LeBron James to be that funny, but your regular moviegoer wouldn't expect that. So to see LeBron, be given so much screen time, it almost felt like I was watching the NBA Finals all over again. So yeah, that was a definite plus. How did you guys find LeBron's performance in the latest Borat movie?
I think this, his performance in the latest Borat movie, this solidifies him as the GOAT. I believe that there's no question anymore between him and Jordan. I don't think Jordan would be able to perform such a comedic delivery with his timings, with his delivery, his voice inflections when he was telling the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of that, he executed it so well. I really don't think Michael Jordan would have been able to do it so well.
He would have been a train wreck.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I agree with Franny and Dimes in that I think LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball, and Sacha Baron Cohen is the GOAT of acting. And like two GOATs together, creates a cow. And like there's so much meat in a cow. Like you can make so much stuff from it. You can make leather jackets from a cow. You can make hamburgers from a cow. You can make carpets, right? You can make fur coats. Like I don't see like anyone else topping this combo.
Well, I mean, if LeBron James is watching, we don't want you to get offended, LeBron, because we know that you are vegan.
I didn't know he was vegan.
Yeah, he's vegan.
Oh.
After spending so much time on the set of Borat 7 with Sacha Baron Cohen, he turned vegan because Sacha was vegan.
The thing about being vegan, right? Like personally, I'm not vegan. I like my meats. I like my goats. I like my cows. But I've heard that being vegan like gives you a lot of energy and you lose a lot of like your fat if you're on a vegan diet. Would you do that?
I recently saw scientific research, but I'm not sure about the accuracy of it because I'm not intelligent enough to understand what was really written down. but the journalists seem to have summed it up really well. Well, basically, they said that being vegan is actually unhealthy. I cannot go into details, but yeah, I would like to be a vegan.
I believe that's what the journalist said, right? Veganism is unhealthy. I can't go into details, but it's unhealthy, trust me.
That's what he probably said. Because this, I'm glad you brought this up, because this can open up a new, well, I can bring up something I've been meaning to bring up for a long time, and that is appropriate dinner times. Because in this podcast, Francisco seems to think that having dinner at 11 p.m. on a somewhat regular basis is okay. And if it's not, then why not? That's his question, you know, ignoring the negative effects on digestion, sleep routine, and just about every other productive factor in your life. But yeah, why not? So DP, what do you think of what's the latest appropriate, dinner time?
I think dinner should be had at approximately, like 8 p.m., latest 9 p.m. so your body can digest and you can go to sleep at a reasonable time, right? That being said, say, for example, you were to have dinner at 11 p.m. You would have to stay awake, right? Your body digests. So that pushes your bedtime back. It pushes like maybe, 1 or 2 a.m. And if you go to sleep at 1 or 2 a.m., then you can wake up like very late the next day, like at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. And who wakes up so late? It's really unproductive, lazy people that wake up at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And that's a no-no. Do you think LeBron James or Sacha and Cohen wake up at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.?
I don't think they sleep. I think they're working constantly around the clock.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. Say, for hypothetically speaking, you're working constantly 24/7, right? So when do you eat dinner then? Because then time is just time is meaningless if you're awake all the time.
Whenever you want, at 11 p.m. for instance.
But Franny, aren't you going to sleep? Are you working 24/7?
Look, bro, I haven't seen sunlight in the past 4 days, as I mentioned before. I'm currently on a different wavelength to everyone else, so...
Someone's opening up.
Yeah, we don't talk about our feelings on this podcast.
Just watch Borat.
Go watch Borat 13.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching our review of Borat 3. That was it for our podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at goodboys.podcast and like this video if you're watching it on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more content coming out more regularly as well, and enjoy the rest of your day or night, and remember to eat at appropriate times.
If you want to hear more, just subscribe to our Spotify channel or wherever you're listening to this podcast from, and see you next time.
Shout out LeBron.